Welcome, class of 2021, to your senior convocation. My name is Carrie Wilhelm, and I have the honor of being the principal here at Oregon City High School. As we begin our ceremony today, I invite you to stand for the singing of our national anthem by our very own Olivia Spahn. Please join me.
March. Guard. Halt. Left. Base. Reset. Colors.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Go ahead and be seated. Wow, Olivia, that was amazing. And wow, class of 2021. It's been far too long since we've been able to be together in one place at one time. I've missed it. Did you miss each other? I know. OCHS staff missed you guys too. Even though this year didn't go as we had planned, and we missed many things, such as me making a fool of myself at assemblies, or you guys being shooed to class because you're trying to do some senior skip days, or having some of you in our offices as you cry or have a bad day or celebrate a joy. We've missed all that. But we were still able to have some joys this year. It's been amazing to watch some of the play productions, cheer you on in some exciting sporting events, and we've even had some fun Zoom gatherings. So once again, it's great to be here all together today in person. Look around you. Your classmates, your teammates, your friends, some study buddies, and maybe just somebody who sat across from you in class that you didn't even know their name, but you had a connection because you were laughing at the teacher together or groaning at the test. And you did it, all of you. Together, you made it. Your class motto states, "Rise above the storm, and you will find the sunshine." You have risen above the storm. In fact, you've risen above many storms. Lost loved ones, wildfires, ice storms, storms of social media, a rainstorm before convocation, and so many more storms. However, I'd like to offer an alternate to your class motto, because you don't need to go find the sunshine. You are the sunshine. Each and every one of you is the sun that shines bright even in the darkest days. All of your lives, and especially this year, you have shown patience, love, resilience, strength, determination, and grace. You have adapted to a new way of learning, which allowed you to do your math class in bed while in your pajamas. And you found ways to tolerate your siblings or your parents or your housemates, even though you had been together for 365 days. You've reached out to your friends when they needed someone to lean on. You advocated for yourselves with your teachers and your administrators. And most importantly, you've made the best of the times you've had. You truly are the sunshine. I'd love to tell you that it gets easier from here on out, but I'd be lying to you. It doesn't get easier, but it can get better. With all of you moving forward into the next steps of your lives, I am confident and I am full of hope. You will bring the sunshine wherever you are. So class of 2021, continue to rise above the storm and share your light with those around you. I now have the pleasure of introducing and welcoming our school board chair, Martha Spires, who would like to share some wonderful wisdom with you.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the Oregon City School District Board of Directors, I'm here to say congratulations, class of 2021. I've never been a board chair at graduation before, and when I Googled it, what do you say? What I learned was nobody comes to their convocation to listen to the board chair, so make it short. So I have about 90 seconds worth of content for you. What a year. You've overcome the odds, you've worked hard, and you've made it to the finish line. You deserve to be celebrated. You've risen above the storm and you've found the sunshine, and I wish you'd bring it back. None of us achieved this kind of success alone. Please take a moment to think of a trusted person in your life. It could be a parent or a guardian, an aunt or an uncle, someone who's seen and nurtured the light in you. For them, this is a bittersweet day. They're beginning the process of letting you go. Take a minute and send them this wish. May you be safe. May you be happy. And may you be boldly kind. Now think of a special teacher, coach, or staff member who took an interest and supported you on your path. Send them the same wish. May you be safe, may you be happy, and may you be boldly kind. And now think of yourself several years from now, when you're still new on your journey to self-sufficiency, wherever that takes you, and say to that future self, may I be safe, may I be happy, and may I be boldly, boldly kind. Now go out and be courageous and do good in the world. And again, congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair Spires. Now I'd like to introduce our next speaker, our Superintendent, Larry Didway.
All right, good afternoon. And thank you, Principal Wilhelm and Board Chair Spires, guests, and our soon-to-be graduates. So I want to personally congratulate you the members of the Oregon City High School class of 2021. I want to congratulate you for a job well done, and especially your endurance, the endurance you've shown over the past difficult and challenging 15 months especially. So I'm sure that you're filled with lots of different feelings right now. Maybe some feelings of pride and promise and hope and anticipation, and probably a little anxiety too. When I look back upon your journey, a journey that for most of you began with those small tentative steps of a kindergartner, that year, which was the fall of 2008, I had the privilege and opportunity to spend quite a bit of time in some of your kindergarten classes. And today I look out into this field and I see a sea of red, and I see just how far you've progressed. So many smiling and happy faces, but now you are young, emerging adults ready to greet the future. And I know your possibilities are absolutely limitless. I have a timeless poem to share with you, even though it was penned more than 94 years ago in 1927. I want you to listen to it carefully and find just one piece of advice to take with you today. It was written by Max Ehrmann, and the title is Desiderata. And it means things wanted or needed. Go placidly amid the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others, even the dull and the ignorant. They too have their story. Avoid loud and aggressive persons. They are vexations to the spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you may become vain and bitter. For always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Keep interested in your own career, however humble. It is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Be yourself. Especially, do not feign affection, neither be cynical about love. For it is the face of all arity and disenchantment. It is as perennial as the grass. Take kindly the counsel of the years, gracefully surrendering the things of youth. Nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune, but do not distress yourself with dark imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness. Beyond a wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. And whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore, be at peace with God, whatever you conceive God to be, and whatever your labors and aspirations in the noisy confusion of life, keep peace with your soul. With all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be cheerful, strive to be happy. Now listen to the music of sound check and let the chorus refrain from their song, Fly Away, resonate with you as an admonishment to fly with courage, to live life to its fullest. It has been an honor and a privilege to be a part of your journey. As you leave Oregon City High School, travel on with confidence, a sense of compassion, a lifelong thirst for learning, an abiding faith, and relentless determination to achieve your goals. Just know you're not alone. No matter where your future takes you, know that you will always have cheerleaders back here in OC. Now fly. I wish the very best to you. Congratulations, class of 2021.
Sound check is always so amazing. Great job. Now, some of the moments you've been waiting for. You don't want to listen to the adults anymore. It's time to listen to your classmates. So please welcome your valedictorian, Miles Trollen.
My dearest friends, and the rest of you. No, I'm just kidding. You're all my friends here. Except for maybe, no, I'm just messing with you, don't worry. Even though we're here in this stadium, which some people have tried to tell me this isn't normal, but I'm not buying it. Anyway, even though we're here right now, you should all be very proud of yourselves. It's hard enough to soldier through things like senioritis in a regular year, but we were able to battle through crazy weather. Unlike today, this is just beautiful. And COVID, which I don't want to let that eat up this speech as it's eaten up the past 15 months, 15 years, I don't really know anymore. We were still able to pull through and turn in our assignments. Maybe not always on time, but we have the rest of our lives to be punctual. I don't want to talk about the rest of our lives too much right now today, though, because college, jobs, relationships, and the rest of the not at all stressful things that await us will come soon enough. Maybe a little too soon. I don't really want to talk about the past too much either. Though it would be easy for me to ramble on and on about all of the hard work that I did, that we did to get up here, that's not really what interests me. No. What I think about when I reflect on the past 4 years are the human connections we've made as kids, as teens, as young adults, that we'll continue to make. Aren't these what really matter? Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't be up here right now if I didn't care at least a little bit about my grades. But at the end of the day, what really matters? I think we should all take a moment to consider these connections we've made, to remember the students and teachers we have gotten to know, who are not really teachers or students, but other human beings with passions, regrets, desires of their own. Other complex individuals who can form just as many beautiful relationships as you and me, because they are you and me. My speech is over now, but I'll keep these connections in mind as I go to sit down. I hope you keep them in mind too. Thank you.
Thank you, Miles, and congratulations again. I would like to announce our salutatorian, Mackenzie Hood.
Hello, I'm Mackenzie, if you don't know me already. Since this year has just been so crazy and weird, I thought it'd only be fitting if my speech also reflected that. So today I will be delivering my speech in the form of a song. I'm just kidding. I'm really bad at singing. First, I'd like to welcome all of the administration, staff, and parents that are here today, even if it's over Zoom or in the parking lot watching from above, including my parents and that giant group of people. They're all up there. But most importantly, welcome the class of 2021. Although I'm sure we're all tired of hearing about COVID by now, I truly think there's not a more resilient and dedicated class to get through this. In the most cliche way possible, we did it. I'm so honored to be our class salutatorian, or as many would call it, the first loser. Nonetheless, I'm so beyond thankful to be given so many opportunities and to know some of the most passionate and genuine people. I could not be more proud to be standing here alongside the graduating class of 2021 at Oregon City High School. I would also love to take this time to dedicate this honor to Charlie Brennan. I know deep in my heart that he would be one of the people delivering a speech today. I would also like to thank all the people who have made me into the person I am today. My passionate teachers that continue to inspire me and motivate me, all of my loving friends that helped me across this finish line, and most importantly, my amazing and selfless parents who always put my needs and wants above their own. You guys are all amazing, and I love you all. I would also like to give a tremendous thank you to everyone who was able to put this together. I know I speak for everyone when I say we are incredibly grateful for all your hard work. I wasn't expecting to be speaking here today as salutatorian. These last couple of weeks I've been asked many, many times, was it worth it? And if I'm being honest, no, not really. All of this, the meaningless titles, that one bad test score, status, athletic accomplishments, I could go on, will really mean nothing in the next 5 years, let alone the rest of our lives. What will truly matter are the memories, the friendships made, the lessons learned. But please do not think of this as an ending. We will continue on with the next chapter of our lives, finding our places in the world. And no matter the path, I can only imagine what great things we all will accomplish. Glory to God and thank you.
Thank you, Mackenzie. That was awesome. Next up, class of 2021 is your senior ASB representative, Daniel Ludwig.
guys, I am Danielle Ludwig, your ASB Vice President. Some of you know me as the crazy lady who ran around during assemblies. I am honored to be asked to give our graduation speech. However, this is not the year we've been looking forward to. So I can make up a good assembly, but when it comes to writing a graduation speech for a class that has everything taken away from them, now that's a challenge. In Student Council, we find a quote and pick it for Quote of the Year. This year's was, "Life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass, it's about learning how to dance in the rain." And wow, I feel like we're in a Category 6 tornado. A pandemic, wildfires, ice storms, and hormones. We've been through it all. We've been by each other's side for the past 12 years. This year, it was over our computers, but we were still with each other. And with much gratitude, I am happy to say we're going to cross over to adulthood together. This will look different for all of us. No plans that you have are right or wrong, but I hope you are following your dreams. Maybe you have no clue what your dream is, or maybe you have 5 and you're trying to narrow it down. Or maybe your dream was to be the first to graduate high school in your family. I am so proud of us. We have endured what most will never encounter in their lifetime, and we flourished. And we will continue to be the light in this dark world out there. The class of 2021 will be remembered as unstoppable. To the ones who should be here with us on the special day, we'll never forget Charlie Brennan. All the memories we have with him, he will always be in our hearts. When hard times are presented, some people give up. But we have not given up, and we never will. So I want to leave you with this quote that I found that fits perfectly. "Grapes must be crushed to make wine. Diamonds form only under pressure. Olives are pressed to release their oil. Seeds grow only in darkness." Whenever you feel crushed, under pressure, pressed, or in darkness, you are in a powerful place of transformation. Trust the process. Congratulations, we did it.
Thank you, Danielle. That was terrific. Now, class of 2021, you get a special speech from a great teacher chosen by your senior class representatives. Please welcome Ms. Springer and her wonderful words of wisdom.
Good afternoon, class of 2021. I see you. If you and I have worked together over the last 4 years, chances are I've looked you in the eye in my classroom and said, I see you. I've been doing this for over 16 years because it's important to see and be seen. Each of us, teacher or student, is visible, no matter how we may feel. Maybe all of this seeing through the years was simply preparation for the epidemic of black box Zoom screens in the 2020 pandemic. But here we are today, in full color and 3 dimensions. I see you, seeing me, see you. And aren't you beautiful? I'll be honest, when I was first invited to speak to you today, I panicked and immediately refused. I was scared and overwhelmed by the idea. How do you neatly tie up a year of fire and ice, pandemic and protest? Perhaps one day we'll meet and have words for it. But today is not the day to spell out our loss and loneliness. Nevertheless, what we've lived through this year is worthy of our witnessing. Helping you see is one of my responsibilities as an educator. Seeing is your responsibility as a student and a citizen. When you first entered Oregon City High School, what did you see? A path to safety and security? A warehouse full of answers? Your ticket to a 4.54? When I first arrived at the high school, I saw it as firm ground on which to start my career. I couldn't then see my future family, my love for this community, and the thousands of faces like yours that have come through the doorway of my classroom. But after the events of this past year, I see our school more clearly. I see its complications. Human endeavors, like schools, are as flawed as their makers. We have to see the weak and broken places as parts of the whole. If you only see the parts that make you happy, or the parts that make you angry, you're missing half the picture. Please, don't judge the whole of your education based on this last year. Much like you shouldn't judge a book by its last chapter. Students will often ask me why we read books filled with such loss and tragedy. Maybe they're too focused on the endings. Yes, some of them are not always pretty or kind. But maybe they're overlooking the celebration of life within the tragedy. One of my favorite characters is Okonkwo, the hero of Chinua Achebe's Things Fall Apart. He is complicated. He's hardworking, but also stubborn. He's brave, but also cruel. He's bold and broken. He's easy to hate. He's harder to understand. But our work is in empathy, looking past the first impression, the snap judgment, the hot take. Now, class of 2021, you have a responsibility to see each other as protagonists, tragic, comic, and everything in between. Each of us, as complex as you are. Standardized tests ask you for one answer to each question, but life isn't standardized. It throws us into a muddled spectrum where good and bad doesn't always make sense. You must work to see clearly. Otherwise, you may miss the beauty that could carry you through a pandemic with your sanity intact. Otherwise, you may ignore the ugliness that demands your witness and your work. Otherwise, you may erase someone and deny them their full humanity. We should ask ourselves, do we really need a global pandemic to open our eyes? Does the fire need to be at our door to see the flames? Take a look around you right now. Who do you see? And allow yourself to be looked upon. How does that feel? Yes, oh, this seeing and feeling takes courage. But we've witnessed enough cowardice this past year to know what it can do. As much as I've spent this year looking into black boxes with white names, I take comfort in knowing there are people behind each one. Beautiful, complex, worthy. How lovely to see you today. Congratulations, and eyes wide open, friends. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Springer. I can see why you were chosen as special speaker for the senior class. We also now have a wonderful musical presentation by 3 members of the class, Maya, Braden, and Miles, and turn towards the scoreboard and we will listen.
picture worth 1,000 words. Though it can't speak, it can be heard. A room of dreams and memories, a photograph to comfort me. So goodbye for now, and I won't be far behind. And don't worry now about this heart of mine. Just hold on to these hands one last time. You're home now. You're home now. The brightest light, our darkest hour. In winter's cold, there grows a flower, a life of hope. Its petals show, go all around. You'd never know. So goodbye for now, and I won't be far behind. And don't worry now about this heart of mine. Just hold on to these hands one last time. You're home now. You're home now. A life of love is here today, but now it seems so far away. They say that time can heal all things, and what was lost will soon be free. Goodbye for now, and I won't be far behind. Don't worry now about this heart of mine. Just hold on to these hands one last time. You're home now. You're home now.
Thank you for the song. That was awesome. Next up for you, class of 2021, is a speech by your senior class officers, Desi Rood, Haley Howard, and Paige Norton. Come on up.
Hi everyone, I'm your class president, Desideria Rood. Ever since I sat down to write the speech, and even while I'm looking at all of you now, I have an overwhelming sense of abnormality. In a normal year, a number of things would be different. We would be in a huge stadium, and I would say thank you to my smiling parents, teachers, peers, and friends for everything they've taught me up to this point. And even though I'm doing this now through a live stream video, thank you. This school district holds some of the kindest and most supportive people I've ever met. Even through a pandemic and an entirely new way of teaching for most, there was never a lack of support. I've learned to celebrate the abnormality that has been this past school year, as we are still here, standing in our caps and gowns, despite all of the hardships and struggles that these past 4 years have thrown at us. To end off, I want to give a special thank you to Charlie for motivating me every day to be better than I was the day before. I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2021.
Hi seniors, I'm your senior vice president, Haley Howard. Looking back over the past year, I've realized we have survived many storms this year. Through fire and ice, we have stuck it out. We are the promised class with thousands of Google Docs who made the founder of Zoom a billionaire. We are the ones with our cameras off who may or may not still been in our pajamas during class. We are the ones who tried to hold senior events via Zoom without many people. We're the ones who were able to sign on for class instead of having to race the tardy bell. We attended college visits virtually. Who knew that was even possible? But we're also the ones with a new skill set when it comes to online learning. We know technology. We know how to navigate and manipulate any online platform. We also know how to be flexible and resilient. It took almost a whole year, but when we were finally able to go back to school in person, the storm cloud seemed to have lifted. Seeing classmates, even half of them, twice a week, helped make senior year seem a bit better. Our motto suggests we need to rise above the storm. This will be easier for some than others, but is the one thing that must be done. Now is the time to rise up and seek the sunshine and begin a new chapter of our lives. Step into the sunshine and watch yourself shine. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm your senior class secretary-treasurer, Paige Norton. I would like to take some time to reflect on the past year that we've had together. I know it was nothing like we had envisioned for ourselves. All the ups and downs we have gone through as a class, no one saw coming. But nonetheless, we have made it to this day. Through rain and shine, we have all leaned on someone who has gotten us to this moment, whether that be a friend, a teacher, or a family member. These past 2 years, we have overcome many challenges as students and teachers. I am confident that these experiences has equipped us to continue to face more difficult challenges and lead us to an amazing future. Graduating is one of the first steps towards our adult lives. So congratulations to the class of 2021 for taking your very first steps.
Thank you, Desi, Haley, and Paige. Class of 2021, look up at the sky. It's gonna start raining again. So, my last piece of advice to you before you go off into the real world. Sometimes you rise above the storm, and sometimes you run from the storm. So, please have a wonderful afternoon. We hope to see you tonight at Senior Sunset, and we are excited to see you tomorrow at our graduation drive-thru. Both of these events are going to be amazing, and please dodge the storm.